we first met Dr. Mary Battistella, our first Halloween here about 5 years ago, and she lives in our neighborhood, and we trick-or-treated them, and I think it was the first time you'd had trick-or-treaters in
forever. Yeah, we have, everybody's kids have grown up and moved away.
Yes, so she was so kind to us, and her family always has, so it's kind of been a tradition. We may not ever go trick-or-treating again, but we'll always come by and surprise Dr. Mary B. and her husband. And see what's
we
going
always
on
have
there.
little bags for them.
So we have a treat today at her
veterinary office.
So we have a treat from her today at her veterinarian office. Buddy and I, unfortunately, were in a car accident last week. I was okay, and Buddy was not. He accidentally got under my tire in our driveway. So we have been nursing him all week, and Dr. Mary B. said, you know, he's really kind of getting up in age. Have you ever tried acupuncture for Buddy? And so we're here to learn how that works today.
We're gonna, yeah. We thought we'd put a few needles in and just kind of help with some of the arthritis. He has some, I can tell he's got some hip issues, and his front. One of his hocks, you can see here, is real swollen right here, and that's arthritis. And underneath this bandage is another arthritic place in the carpus, and that's from probably an old injury. We've got this because it just got scuffed with his recent accident. You know, acupuncture needles are a little bit different from an injectable needle because they are solid, so they don't have a cutting edge. Now, first one I'm going to put in is a kind of a calming point. Right here. There we go. There you go. Yeah. See, they don't seem to mind it much. There we go. The shoulders very often get a little tight because when they have rear end problems, they pull a lot in the front. And these muscles that come along here will get kind of spasmy. Okay, well, one of the first things I usually see, if it's their first time, they might get a little slow down for a day or two, because what acupuncture will move the blood around, and it helps to vasodilate too. So if you've got an area that hasn't been moving well, which arthritis is like that, and that's how you get pain, where blood isn't moving. So there you go. What a good boy. And sometimes we'll use if they're some of the dogs that are real nervous and real tight, you know, they're just tensed up. I'll use what I call an unwind method, and I'll use the therapeutic laser, and I'll go down all the way down these meridians alongside the backbone. I'll do one side then the other, and it helps those muscles to relax, so I can determine more of what is actual tightness and spasms, and not just being, you know, tense. Yeah. I usually let this run for about 10 minutes or so.
So he's getting little jolts right now.
Yeah, and it's very mild. You know, after a little bit, sometimes I can crank it up. Dogs are very sensitive to it. A person, you have to turn them up to 7 or 8 on this, whereas a dog, I usually do it around 1 or 2, and it'll stimulate the meridian. Sometimes you can see the light flashing there. Sometimes you can put your hand on them and you can feel the light flashing up. Well, usually along this meridian. That's one I'm on. A little bit higher.
Will this work with cats or any other animals?
You know, cats do real well with it. I can put needles in a cat, and they won't, on their, especially faces, because they get sinusitis often, and that's one of the most common things that we treat. And they'll just sit there with these needles in their face, and you go, you can't believe they don't just do this. They don't. They do real well. We are Kowaliga Whole Health Pet Care, and we